Captain Cantwell for the new campaign. How's life as Rovers skipper suiting you?
Yeah, no, I'm enjoying it, to be fair. My role hasn't changed too much in terms of how I am around the group and what it means in terms of on a match day. Obviously it's different, but from day to day it's all very similar.
How would you describe yourself as a captain? What's your style then?
I'd say someone who likes to lead by example, someone who very much believes in respect and the way that you are as a person first, and obviously on the pitch to lead by example with my actions, to be the one that the team turns to and can hopefully make something happen for us most games.
What were the talks like with Val? How did it all come about?
Yeah, no, we obviously had a conversation about it, then we both had a think about it, and then we both came to the conclusion that I'm probably at the right stage in my career for that sort of responsibility. To be fair, the gaffer's been brilliant with me about it. Expressed that he didn't want me to change who I was or how I was. So yeah, it was a pretty straightforward answer and a pretty quick conversation, really.
Do you always see yourself as sort of captain material?
I think maybe when I was younger, I definitely did. I think obviously the type of player I am, I hate to lose games of football. I've always been very passionate. I always care. I always want the best for the team that I'm playing for. So I suppose in some aspects, yeah, I would say I probably have, and in others, I've probably never really thought about it. Sometimes it's hard to remember that I'm 27 now, so that age comes with a little bit more responsibility, and I think I've had a pretty good career so far in terms of experience. So I've been around some pretty good captains.
Who have you taken sort of ideas off, and who have you sort of moulded yourself on, or do you have to be your own person?
No, 100% you have to be your own person. I think, like I say, obviously I have absorbed some things of some of the captains I've been around. Grant Hanley at Norwich was obviously someone who played here and was very much on discipline and very much on keeping everyone in order. Then I was obviously with James Tavernier at Rangers, and he was more of a leader in the way that he plays and the way that he takes responsibility, but also really good around the group, got on with everyone. And then obviously Trav here. Trav got everyone fired up, got everyone exactly where they needed to be before a game. So I think if you can take a little bit of everyone that you've been around, then you should end up being yourself, but also an experienced version of yourself.
Are you a shouter and a screamer, or have you had the need to do that yet?
No, do you know what? It's not really in my character, to be honest. I think I show my frustration in a different way, but I don't know as many people like to be shouted at and screamed at. I think talking to someone and communicating to someone in the language that they get and they want to get, I think is probably your biggest thing. And I think it's really important that you observe how people react to certain situations. Everyone needs a rocket sometimes, but I think the rocket should always come from the manager. I think as a captain, the type of captain I want to be a type of person who people can turn to, people can look at, and can have a conversation with and try and get the best out of them that way.
Has it brought the best out of you on the pitch in those 2 games, 2 league games, 2 goals so far?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it made a difference, to be honest. Like I say, it hasn't really changed my day-to-day, hasn't really changed my sort of outlook on this season. Obviously, it's a terrific honour to be a captain of a football club and to be a captain of a club like Blackburn. Obviously, I'm incredibly honoured to be that. But in terms of my goals and what I set myself for this season, I don't think anything would have changed that. I feel really focused and really locked into that. And I'm just excited for the next game.
Ali Bay also rise the challenge of Giles into the area, rolls it square, might break for Cantwell, 2 in, 2 for Todd Cantwell, and Rovers running riot at the MKM Stadium. And we're 3 league games into the start of the new campaign. Todd Cantwell, the new Rovers captain, has 2 goals already.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's, like I say, it's been a good start for me personally, but it's only a start. I think it's really easy to get caught up in talking about how you're playing and almost, not riding the wave of just enjoying your games and playing how I'm playing. I've not thought, in games I need to score more goals, I need to do this, I need to do that. I know that's my responsibility, and I'm enjoying myself. I think you can see that on Saturday. I'm enjoying myself, and I think for me, when I'm enjoying myself and when I've got that responsibility, then everything sorts to align for me.
I love how football works sometimes. Saturday, Norwich at home, it'll be a year to the day since you joined the football club. Love little coincidences like that.
Yeah, it's been a quick year. I think last season had a lot of ups and downs. I think it took a bit of a toll on everyone. It certainly did myself. But I feel like I'm more of a well-rounded sort of young man, really. And I think that experience, not only in football but in life, can only elevate you if you use it in a positive way. And strap in, because I'm sure this season's going to also have some up and downs, but we've got to enjoy our ups, and yeah, we're really looking forward to Saturday.
Days like today, you've got the scenery around here, Ribble Valley, sun shining. Does it get much better?
No, it is a beautiful place. It's a beautiful part of the country for sure. In and around the training ground around here, we've got obviously local fans and people around us. I think there's a nice feeling around the place at the moment, and after that win, I think a lot of people can see maybe the team we really do want to be this year. I think we're unlucky against Birmingham not to come away with a point at least. And obviously the West Brom game it was a bit of a different game. We had lost a few people. I think the gaffer's mentioned we've got a few lads now that are in the door, and start to merge them in alongside with less turbulence, and hopefully we can start to string some results together.
The relationship you've got with the fans every game now, you've got your name being sung. Will you ever get tired of hearing sort of chants like that and the love you get from them?
No, it's nice. But fans, I've always said it wherever I go, fans always react to what they see, and they will only ever be excited and and passionate about players that they can see sort of giving that back to them in the way that they play. I think the fans can see the player I want to be and the player that I am. I am showing that I am, and I think they can see that and react to that. And listen, fans pay their money to come and watch us all over the country, and when you hear them being passionate about you and thankful to you, it's really nice to hear that for sure.
And you look like you're enjoying your football as well. I think that was one of the things you said day one when you came in. I want to get back to enjoying it because that's when you're at your best.
Yeah, 100%. I think, listen, there's a lot of things that come alongside being a professional footballer, and sometimes it's hard to juggle that up. I think it's nice to put some of the politics and some of the other bits that come with being a professional footballer behind me, and use, like I said, my experience so far in my career to really separate my emotions from certain things, and to really focus and enjoy, like you say, enjoy my job, because one day I won't be playing football and I'll probably miss it a lot. So you've got to strap in and enjoy every moment. There's going to be ups and downs, but it's really important that you enjoy it. I think for me, I always get the best version of me when I'm enjoying it.
Great win last weekend. How important to try and follow it up this weekend against Norwich at home?
Yeah, I think the pressure is kind of off us after that good win. I think we'll be back at home. The fans will be excited after seeing or hearing about our result. We'll start on the front foot. We'll look to put Norwich to the sword and finish this little short period of games with 2 wins. I think looking at that, if we're able to win that game, and you look at how disappointed we were to not pick up a point against Birmingham, then it's really been a positive start. So things can change really quickly in football, and we'll definitely be looking to create a pretty solid base at home this season. I think it'll be really important for us.
I know every goal will be special, but a Cantwell winner against Norwich, would that hold a little bit more for you?
Yeah, of course it would. I see every game equally as important, but when it's a club that you grew up at and a club that you love, and you had a lot of special memories there, I would always like to be involved in the game and try and be the main man on the pitch. So that will be something that I'm setting out to do, but obviously always respectful to a club who effectively put me where I am today. And yeah, I look forward to playing Norwich. I think it gives a little bit of a special feeling. It still feels strange because obviously I was there for such a long time, but yeah, no, I'm excited to play the game and excited to keep going.